Hi, it's time for good energy, and I'm Dr. Julie, and welcome to Bodyful Day 260. We are talking about cuticles and the senses. Today we're going to talk about the sense of hearing and how the sense of hearing can contribute as a stressor to whether you're chewing or healing your cuticles, and how hearing can contribute to good energy in. All right, let's start with our basics. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and release. Breathe in, expand in the belly, expand in the chest, expand in the sinuses, and release. And we're talking about hearing, so I want you to remember a time when your cuticles were more entertaining than the lecture or discussion you were having at the time. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and release. All right, so we're coming to you here because I wanted to be out when it was sunny. I have other errands to do, and so usually on Tuesdays I'm a little later. But since the sun is setting, I'm going to get the full brunt of the sun while I am still here. So our goal this week, this is day 2 of Cuticles and the Senses. Our goal this week is to have energy for healing cuticles, or cuticles that heal, or healthy cuticles. And that equals good energy in minus stressors. And we're going to talk about how the sense of hearing can contribute to your stressors and to your good energy in. All right, so when we think about stressors, what causes us to chew or pick at our cuticles? And what usually we can actually relate this to either our own boredom, which is not related to hearing, or we can relate it to being someplace and being totally bored with the conversation. How many times have you been listening to your child or listening to somebody on the phone? I mean, when we used to put phones here, it was just, natural just to sit here and pick and work at your nails. That was just something you could do because you didn't have to worry about looking at the person. You were just sitting there on the phone with that phone on your shoulder and picking away and adjusting because you were bored, but you obviously wouldn't have been as bored had you been face to face. So the modality depends, but hearing, when all we're left with was hearing, then a lot of times our other senses are like, there's got to be something else we can do. And one of them is the sense of touch. And in that sense, cuticles and picking on your cuticles is a way to overcome boredom. Also, we can talk about stressful sounds. So we talked a little bit about sirens and being yelled at. Those trigger our sympathetic nervous system. And when we go into fight or flight, sometimes it's very soothing to bite on your cuticles. I think it was Squidgy, Squiggy, from Laverne and Shirley, who used to bite on his palm like it was itching, and it was the only way he could get it to not itch. And he always did that when he was nervous. And so when we bite our nails or we bite our cuticles, it's a calming response because it's tactile. It is also oral. And it actually calms our nervous system. So it's very hard to get over a stress response that's based on picking your cuticles because that actually provides good energy in. It may not be the right form. You may end up with bloodied cuticles and infections on either sides of your fingernails, but it is a soothing component, and it provides two forms of sensory input. Taste, if you're going to bite them, and touch. So when we are working in that film, those are the types of stressors that result in damage to our cuticles. And they're more of a nervous system response than they are like hearing actually causes issues with your cuticles. It's how you, again, top-down interpret that information. But we can also have hearing is actually good energy in. So when we do have a sympathetic nervous system response, and our goal is to soothe ourselves, we can use sound. We can use music. We can use sound baths, singing bowls. Those are amazing things. If you've ever, it's something that's been about for a while, but they're called sound baths. And there's people that take bowls and ring them. And when they ring them, they create a resonance that exists not just in your ears, but also in your body. And that resonating sound bath is very soothing and calms the nervous system. So that would reduce the amount of picking and work that you were doing on your fingernails, but it would also give you good energy. And so if you had already picked a cuticle, it would actually help you heal. The other thing I want to mention is that there are meditations that are not just guided meditations, but they're guided sound meditations. So they bring you through different sounds designed to calm your system and get you in a more aware state. And if we're talking about parasympathetic activation, activate your parasympathetic system so that you could heal from cuticle issues, but that would also calm your nervous system so you no longer chew or bite or pick on your cuticles. All right, before I get totally blinded by the sun, we're going to finish off today. I will see you here tomorrow for day 3 of Cuticles and the Senses. Let's take a deep breath in and release. Have a great day. I'll see you here tomorrow.